very soon India will see the beginning of the Lok Sabha elections. This is a most important election for the country, for the people of our country, and for people living in all states of our country, including Nagaland. And I want to make 5 points to you today. I've been to Dimapur before. I came here during the assembly elections. I was in Nagaland 3 months ago. Mokokchung, Kohima, Tuli, Wokha. I came as part of Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, and we travelled for about 275 kilometers. We travelled through so-called roads. There were no roads, but somehow we managed to finish the yatra, and I required Ayurvedic treatment at the end of the yatra. It was NH 37. There was no NH. Hardly any road, particularly the main highway stretch. But that's a separate issue. So the 5 issues I want to raise with you today. First, the BJP, the Prime Minister talks of one nation, one election, one nation, one tax. But the BJP's long-term plan, one nation, one language, one nation, one religion, one nation, one culture. This is the real game plan of the BJP. They want uniformity. The Congress wants unity. So the 2024 election is a battle between unity versus uniformity. The Congress wants to celebrate India's diversities, but the BJP wants to impose an artificial uniformity. When I say BJP, I include all the allies of the BJP in this. Here in Nagaland, we have the battle is between NDPP and the Congress. NDPP is not a political party, it's a washing machine. It's the BJP washing machine. And the Congress is fighting this washing machine. So the first point I want to make is, the Congress wants to strengthen unity by celebrating its diversity. The BJP wants to impose artificial uniformity. That is the first issue in the 2024 election. The second issue that I want to say is that the BJP removed Article 370 from our constitution. This is the Constitution of India. Article 370 was removed. There was a bulldozer in Parliament and Article 370 was removed. Next target is Article 371. And Article 371A in the Constitution was included in 1963 when the state of Nagaland was formed. Article 371A protects the culture of Nagaland, protects the religions of Nagaland, the cultures of Nagaland, The languages of Nagaland, it protects ownership and transfer of land. This is under threat now. Article 371A is under threat. Article 371B for Assam is under threat. Article 371C for Manipur is under threat. Article 371F for Sikkim is under threat. Article 371G for Mizoram is under threat. And Article 371H for Arunachal Pradesh is under threat. But for Nagaland, it is Article 371A, particularly Clause 4 of Article 371A, which says that Parliament of India will not have jurisdiction on the ownership and transfer of land and its resources. That will be the responsibility of the Nagaland Assembly. That is under threat. So Article 371A, which provides special provisions for Nagaland, is now under attack, will come under attack. My third point, after almost 25 years of negotiations, finally in 2015, the Prime Minister made public a framework agreement with the NSC and IN. It was a framework agreement between the Government of India and the NSC and IM. But till today, we don't know what the details of the framework agreement are. 9 years have gone by. Promises have been made. In the assembly election, the Home Minister, the Prime Minister said, this is election for solution. But today there is no solution. There is only confusion. Why have the details of the framework agreement not been made public? This is the third point I wish to make. They have fooled the people of Nagaland. The fourth point I want to make is there is only one issue in this election, and that is jobs for youth. In the last 45 years, we have had the highest unemployment rate for youth in our country. One young person commits suicide every 2 hours in our country because of lack of jobs. There are no jobs. Few people are getting rich. But crores and crores of our youth are unemployed. The real issue in this election is unemployment, jobs. The Prime Minister promised to create 2 crore jobs every year when he got first elected in 2014. He has failed to fulfill that promise. He does not talk about jobs. He does not talk about price rise. He does not talk of economic inequality. He talks only about polarizing our society on the basis of religion. We are fighting this election on the 5 Nyais, the 5 justices, and the 25 guarantees that we have given to the people of our country. Justice for women, justice for youth, justice for farmers, justice for workers, and social justice for all sections of our society, particularly scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and backward classes. These are the issues in the 2024 election. But you will not hear the Prime Minister speaking about these issues. The first line in our Constitution, the preamble to the Indian Constitution, the very beginning of our Constitution, which became effective on 26th of January 1950. It says, we will give, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice. First line of the preamble talks of justice, social, economic, and political. So that is the agenda for the Congress party. Justice. Justice for women. Justice for youth. Justice for farmers. Justice for the weaker sections of society. And justice for workers. Finally, the fifth issue that is important: will democracy survive in our country? We have the Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland who is telling the village elder, please vote on behalf of all the villagers. Is this democracy? All political parties have joined the government. Is this democracy? The only party keeping alive democracy in Nagaland, the only party keeping alive democracy in the Northeast, the only party keeping democracy alive in the rest of the country is the Congress party, is the Indian National Congress. We will never compromise with the BJP. So the future, this election, is for the future of democracy. Will the media be free? Will students be free? Will civil society be free? Nagaland is a state in which civil society is very active. But civil society has become the target of the BJP. They are spreading fear, threatening civil society, intimidating civil society. So this is the real issue in the 2024 election. To summarize, friends, these are the 5 issues. First, the unity versus uniformity. Second, the survival and protection of Article 371A in our Constitution that has special provisions for Nagaland. Third, a permanent peace, a return to social harmony, progress and prosperity, where people can see roads, people can see connectivity, people can move about. Fourth, jobs for youth, where young men and women are engaged productively. And finally, the issue of the preservation of our democracy and our democratic institutions. So these are the 5 issues that I wanted to raise today. These are very crucial elections. The country is at a turning point. Every vote counts. And that is why I have started my election campaign from Dimapur in Nagaland. I will give you a secret today. Today I have turned 70 and I am celebrating my 70th birthday in Dimapur. And I will be going to Kohima later on in the evening. Because every vote counts, every seat counts. And I believe that the Congress party and its allies, India allies, will get a clear majority. And the roads for that majority will begin from Nagaland. The NDPP is a hodgepodge of opportunists, of people who need protection from ED, CBI, income tax. They want to be in the washing machine. They think they are an election machine, but they are actually a washing machine. So we are holding the flag of democracy high, and I believe that the people of our country are fed up of 10 years of Mr. Modi's injustices, false promises, lies and defamations. And they want to give a long retirement to our Prime Minister on June 4th.